so Mark Brunell, the quarterback coach of the Detroit Lions. Y'all remember him with the Jaguars back in the day? Lefty Brunell. I used to play with him on Blitz. They need to bring back Blitz. That Blitz was fire. I remember me and my brother lived in Atlanta. We used to play Blitz. He had Blitz the league. Oh, man, that game was wild. But like the Blitz that we grew up on, he may go all the way. But yeah, I used to kill Brunell in that game because Brunell back in his heyday had some mobility. He would forget that, man. But yeah, man. Let's spend some pimping, man. But he basically said that, Hendon Hooker, they gave a positive Hendon Hooker update. They brought in Kyle Allen to compete with Hendon Hooker. And he said that Hendon Hooker has been performing. That's what he says. He says Hendon Hooker has been performing. He's getting better. His arm, throwing the ball better. His footwork getting better. He's understanding concepts. And he be working with Teddy Bridgewater, low key. He be working with Teddy. So, but yeah, I mean, he says that he's starting to get it. Even in a couple weeks being here, he said he's starting to see the improvements. His work ethic, his natural talent is starting to show. You gotta understand, bro. Like, you talking about footwork and all that. He probably worried about if that leg gonna get back out. That's probably what he worried about. He probably worried about if that leg gonna give out. That's the issue. If that leg gonna give out, you really thinking about that now. He probably can plan and throw. You know what I'm saying? Now he feel like he probably can plan, throw, and now he's probably. And I don't think that's his first leg injury neither. I think he might have suffered one in Virginia Tech too. So now he's just probably getting comfortable. Kind of Tennessee, they kind of have a different type of system there for quarterbacks. They primarily in the shotgun, and Lions, they do it all. They under center. They shotgun, so you got to worry about the drops, hitting that back foot. When you don't get number one reps, it's harder. Then it's also trying to, focus on, mobility and when to run. I mean, he looks pretty good in preseason, what I've seen, but, mechanics, all that. A lot of times in Tennessee, it was either throw it short, hand it off, or throw it deep. So where, Jared Goff excels at it, what makes the Lions offense so complex is that Goff really excels from in the middle, the short. He that's where he excels. He understands concepts. He understands the go-through progressions, when to check it down, his accuracy over the middle, his accuracy is his overall arm talent from short. It's just always a semi that turns out in front of me. I'm so sick of you fucking semi truck drivers. Sorry if you drive trucks, but I can't stand you motherfuckers, man. Excuse my language. Y'all get on my fucking nerves. I used to back in trailers and shit. They taught me. I ain't gonna lie. I respect y'all. As drivers, I respect the hell out of y'all. Cause boy, oh boy, they gave me the tractors that I had to pull up, and they gave me the fucked up tractors. So yeah, like when I look at it from that situation, it is what it is. I forgot what I said. I ain't gonna lie, but I had to pause it. But he'll be all right, man. Oh yeah, talking about Goff. Yeah, that's what he got to learn. Once you learn that as a quarterback, you can play for a long time. Concepts. Where ball placement over the middle, your option routes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I make the Lions offense so good. Is that Goff's a musician over the middle. That's what makes it so good. He's a musician over the middle. That's what makes it so good. He's a musician. He understands, when they do this, I'm going there. I don't think he get enough credit for that. I don't think he gets enough credit, but phenomenal football player. Hendon Hooker, I understand. Hendon Hooker understands the jet screens and the bubble screens, and he understands if throw it deep. He got a great arm to go down the field, great accuracy, but it's the other shit. That's where you're throwing the ball at the majority of the time anyway. You throwing it short or you throwing it in the middle. That medium range. That's where you're throwing the ball at. Y'all think just dumping it off, that's easy. Tom Brady, Tom Brady made motherfuckers think that was easy, and it wasn't. Because, you get your receivers killed. If you throw it over the middle and you don't protect them or you get the wrong read, they go into the upper room, especially in the old league. Bro, there's a science to that. Even throwing those screens, if you throw the screen too high, you get your man killed. You throw a lot of times you see them throw them little jailbreaks and bubble screens. You really see them throw it low. Pay attention. You really see them throw it low or throw it on the numbers. Either it's low or in the numbers. You throw it high, you can get killed. So they got to be on their numbers, or I always see them throw it low. Maybe a quarterback can explain why they throw it low. Maybe it's to really kind of get in the running position when they break, but ain't none of that easy, bro. In colleges, you don't know why a lot of college quarterbacks succeed in college and fail in the league? The hashes. If you notice, the hashes is a lot wider in college. That's because when I get to that hash, I can throw that little out route. But in the league, they closer together, so that out route is further. It's further out there. So you gotta have that arm to whip that ball out there. That shit is further out there. So when so I think a lot of people don't really understand that neither. Them hashes make it a lot easier. When they close together like in the NFL, man, 10-yard out route. That boy, if it ain't there, I feel like that's one of the hardest balls to throw. Anything out breaking, especially if you're on the wrong hash, you're a fucking animal. If you're on that right hash, you could throw to the left a 10-yard, a 10 or 5, 7-yard out breaking route, you a bad motherfucker. Your arm is elite. I feel like the hardest routes to throw is that comeback and that out route. Boy, if you miss them passes, if you miss them on the inside, it's a pick six. If you miss, you better miss to the boundary. But yeah, I think Hendon Hooker gonna be all right, man. Coming off a leg injury, coming into a new league. Now you gotta learn the pro system. It takes some time. So we'll see if he can beat out Kyle Allen. I don't know much about it. I don't think Kyle Allen is solid, but they might carry 3 quarterbacks. Who knows? But hey, hit the link in the description, man. Let me know what you think. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9. Wherever I'm at in the link tree, I'm gonna clean it up at some point. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. But yeah, just reps. Reps. Everything you do is repetition. I forget how many times they gotta say you gotta do something to be a master. It's reps, reps, reps. Rep it. The more reps you get, the better you should get at something. But hey, I appreciate y'all. Peace.